Hello. I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me? Alright, I should be live now. I'm just gonna wait for some minutes for you guys to join me. Okay, I am live. Okay. So we're just gonna give like 5 minutes for folks to join us. I am live now. Alright, so if you can hear me, it's showing in my screen now. My phone, you could just leave a comment and signify that you are present. Whoop! I'm so excited. You guys are in for a blast, honestly. So hurry up, tell your friends. Oh, it's a private group, so there are probably no friends, but let's just get this started. I will begin in another 3-4 minutes. Alright, how are you guys doing? How was your day? I believe many of us are new to webinar and how it works, but I strongly believe we will do fine. I also know that some of us are used to online trainings and you kind of like know how it works, so you will just flow along. Okay? It promises to be eye-opening and really thought engaging. So kindly leave a comment if you can join us, if you've joined us. I would want to know that you are here. If you have challenges with the network, also let me know so I could sort it out if I need to from my end. Okay, Udoka is here. How are you doing, Udoka? Good to have you around. Okay, Udoka is here. How are you doing, Udoka? I want to just send a mail now to those who signed up. By the time I do that, I will just start immediately. So please give me like 3 minutes. Email now to those who signed up. By the time I do that, I will just start. So please give me 3 minutes. Email now. Okay, I'm about to press send so I can send this mail to those of you who signed up, you'll get the mail too. It's part of what I want to teach you today as well, how to send email marketing. What I'm doing, what I did with you guys was called email marketing. Okay. If you're live, can you leave a comment? Let me be sure you're hearing me. If you have a challenge with the network, this is the best time to test it to know if it's good at your end. If you're live, can you leave a comment? Let me be sure you're hearing me. If you have a challenge with the network, this is the best time to test it to know if it's good at your end. Welcome Mohammed, welcome Ainade, welcome, who else is with us? Welcome Supreme, I think I can see you. If you have any issue with the network, please let me know. Welcome Mohammed, welcome Ainade, okay, my voice is echoing because my phone is off. Lower the volume of my phone. My phone is okay. My phone is re-echoing my voice into the feed again. So I've lowered my phone's sound. So I'm just using my laptop now. Thank you for that, Mohammed. Thank you. It's not a network problem. I've corrected it. You shouldn't have an echo anymore. If you still have an echo after now, do let me know. Is this still echoing, Mohammed? Is it still echoing? I would like to know your feedback, please. Okay, are we set to go? We're about to go now. Alright, thank you Udoka for that feedback. I can't hear myself anymore. I was trying to hear myself initially. That's why I put my speakers from my phone high. But anyway, we are good to go. So yeah, I'm so happy, I'm so excited. I'm really touched that you guys signed up for this, and I promise to deliver to you something really very valuable. We're going to be very practical here, and hopefully within the next 120 minutes, that's about 2 hours, we should achieve all that I stated that we want to achieve. Oh, Supreme, sorry, bad network. Just keep trying. The network might get better. Sorry about that, Supremes. Okay, so why are we here? My name is, first of all, my name is Ayo Essien. I'm the lead developer at WebEdge. WebEdge is a company I founded about 2 years ago. You know, a bit of my story: I finished NYSC. For those of us who are in Nigeria, we know what NYSC is. NYSC is a compulsory 1-year service that we give to the government after school. So after my schooling, I was searching for okay, before I finished school, I was just thinking through what I wanted to do with my life, what next for me. I knew I had to go for service, so I said to myself, I'm going to use the service here to actually figure out what would happen next, you know, for me in terms of my career and my work and the profession I want to go into. And at that time, that was in 2013. At that time, web was not really, it was popular a bit. I had friends who were web designers, developers, programmers, and we had done a bit of programming in school, you know, so I was, you know, having some interest in that area. But my core field was engineering. I studied electrical electronics engineering. So, but to cut the long story short, someone just told me, you know, why not web? You know, things are happening in that field. Do a research, and I did the research, and what I realized was amazing. I saw the trends. I saw that a lot of organizations were going huge on digital marketing. We're going huge on building websites, using the internet basically to reach out to their markets, to reach out to their audience, and you know, that whole information was just so interesting to me, and I wanted to be a part of it. So I picked up HTML skills, you know, along the line. You know, I picked up PHP skills, and I kept on going and going, and you know, I got my first web project in 2014. That was about 6 months after, and it's just been awesome. From there, I went to youth service, where I really delved into, you know, learning all the, you know, the details of how to become proficient at web development and also at, you know, digital companies. Now, my passion, the reason why I did all this was just to help, you know, people really take advantage of the internet, because what I saw, and what's still going on is a lot of people want to come online, but they don't just get it right. You know, they don't know how to use the tools efficiently. Some of them use the tools, but the way they use it is just so wrong. They don't get the result they're expecting, and that was what gave birth to WebEdge. So WebEdge was just simply created to give organizations, individual brands, you know, give them the internet edge, to help people see that they can achieve more with the internet. You know, is it website they want to have? They have high converting website. Is it digital marketing solutions they want to implement? They do it rightly and they get results. I'm really huge on results. If it's not going to bring me results, come on, what's the point? So if you can hear me thus far, please, I want you to comment that we can hear you. I just shared a bit of my story, and I'm about to move to the next slide. I just want to be sure that you are following. Okay, thank you, Mohammed, for that feedback. All right, thank you. So that's a bit of me. I would like to know you too, so do well to leave a comment in the section. Just tell me a bit about you and what you do and why you are here. All right, so while you're doing that, I'm just going to go to my next slide. Okay, so we will be learning on how to build a website and implement digital marketing strategies on our websites practically. Yep, that is why we are here. All right, so that is why we are here. So some of the emails you got and the advert you saw was on, you know, web design meets digital marketing, on that flyer that, you know, that was designed for this webinar, and it was intentional. And the reason was because I wanted to let people understand that there is a synergy that web design and digital marketing can have that makes your website rock. As in, whatever is the goal or the purpose for your website, with the infusion of web design and digital marketing, you achieve your purpose, you know, easily, straight on point. Okay, now what do I mean? Like, for example, you have you're into sales of items for your brand or your company. Maybe your company manufactures shirts, okay, and you build a website for your company showing, you know, the shirts that you guys make. Or probably it's just a personal brand. Maybe it's your personal business that you run, and you build your website with the shirts. Now, it's good that you have a website that shows the shirts, the cost, the various designs, okay, and you know how people can buy them, and you put there's a means for people to pay to get them. You have shipping in place and all that. Now, that is excellent. But if you stop at that, you will not get sales, okay? You might just have a good site, but nobody is visiting that site. So that is where digital marketing comes in. Now, so what's digital marketing? Digital marketing is simply you promoting your brand, your product, your service, your goods to your audience. Remember, mark the word your as in your own niche, okay? You promoting your brand to your audience with the purpose, using digital mediums, with the purpose of either making sales or getting clients or converting them into customers. That is, you know, digital marketing. All right, so now you have a product, you have a website, you have digital marketing, all infused together, and you're making sales. Your website is converting for you and you are getting results, okay? That is the goal, that is the aim, and that is what's driving this, okay? Now, the first thing we're going to be doing within the next 1 hour is to how can we build a website, okay? I'll be showing you how you build a website. Then the next 1 hour will be implementing digital marketing on your website for it to rock. And once we've done those two things, we will now, you know, get feedback from you guys and we'll move on. So you understand the whole picture now. You know, we want to have a website, and we also want to implement digital marketing on it. We want to do it in such a way that they are infused together and we begin to see results. And what will be the result we are looking for? Traffic. We get more visitors coming to our site, and also conversions. We're getting people opting in for our email marketing, opting in for our lead magnet. Then we are getting results basically. So all right, so that is that. So how do you build a website? If you've never built a website before, you've seen an amazing website, you're going to see how to build a website now. So this is very, very important. I want you to pay close attention. How do you build a website? How can you from this moment, from scratch, build a website? So I'm going to be heading over to, okay, now I'm going to be heading over to my browser, where I'll be showing you how to build a website. Alright, so now what do you need to do to be able to build a website? This is my digital marketing platform. Alright, so now the website, the test website I'm going to be using for this training is called propertyexpress.com. propertyexpress.news rather, not .com, and it's a blank website. Look at it. Now I want to show you how we're building a website. So I go to www.propertyexpress.news and I click on go, and it is not, this is what it's bringing. It's a Namecheap. It's bringing out in because it's hosted on Namecheap. Now alright, are you there? If you can hear me, please. Are you following? Because I'm going into a very important segment now, and I want to be sure that you are with me. Alright, so I'm welcoming some new guys who just clicked to join the group. I believe it's from my mail I sent just some minutes ago. Okay. Alright. So, what's the first thing you do when you want to build a website? Now, let me go back to my slide. The first thing you will do when you want to build a website, you have to first of all decide on what you want to use to build your website. And I always recommend WordPress. Now, WordPress is an application that is termed what we know as the content management systems, known as CMS. Okay, and what it does is that it helps us build websites without we having to know much about how to code. Alright, so with WordPress you can easily set up your website and you get it running in a very short time. Now, once you decide to use a WordPress, you need to get your hosting and your domain. Now, your hosting is where the server where your website will be stored, the files of your website will be stored, okay? And your domain is the website address, okay? www. In this case, for the example I'll be showing you here, is called propertyexpress.news, okay? propertyexpress.news. So that is your domain. So for example, Mr. Mohammed Wakas, let's say you have a website and you want to build a personal branded website. Your domain will be what? www.mohammedwakas.com or .ng or .org, depending on what you want to build or what you're trying to build a website for. If it's a personal brand, that is your name, it is yourname.com. If it's a company, it is yourbusiness.com. okay? Now, once you've decided on that, you get your hosting and domain. So where do you get your hosting and domain? So let me quickly show you how to get your hosting and your domain. Alright, so we'll head back to my browser and I'll quickly show you how to get your hosting and your domain. Now, the company that I use to get hosting and domain is called Namecheap. www.namecheap.com. They are very efficient, and they have a very good support. That is why I love Namecheap. Number one, their propagation time is, when I mean propagation, the time at which your domain synchronizes with your host is almost like within 1 minute. It doesn't take time at all, and they have a very good support, as I said earlier. So you go to Namecheap and you go to domain registration, right? You click on registration, and their domain are usually between $10. We're going to check for a domain now. Let's say we want to check for supremes.com. Let's assume we want to secure supremes.com. We'll click on search. So Namecheap runs that if that name is available on their server. Alright, now the reason is because they want to be sure that nobody else has taken that name before you. So they run it on their server, and once they run it, on the, not their server, on a general okay, they don't support this. Okay, I think it's www. So they run the search on their platform. There's a platform that they run the search on, and once they have, sorry, give me some minute. I need to. They run the search, and if they see that the name, welcome to the new guys, please just go ahead and continue. The video will be available for downloads or for subsequent views. So back to what I was saying. Now we've run the search for supremes.com and we found out that it is available. So it is just basically $10. Now if this is my domain I want to secure, I just click on what, add to cart with Namecheap. Now there are several other registrars. All of these platforms that we register domain on, they are called registrars. So there are several other registrars, and each of these registrars have their own ways of helping you register a domain. Okay, so with Namecheap, I love Namecheap. I told you why earlier. So it is quite straightforward. You just search for it, and this is available. You can now add it to cart and purchase it. Okay, now once you've purchased it, the next thing you do, once you've added to cart, I haven't paid yet, you can now go to your the top of that same Namecheap website and add hosting. There's what they call shared hosting. Now shared hosting is Namecheap has the server. I want to believe you're following. Namecheap has the server, and they are sharing the hosting with people who want to host their website on Namecheap server. The reason why is because individually we can own servers, but it's going to be expensive to build a server for yourself. So what we do is, why is it expensive? You need to have power every time for your server to run. You need to have internet every time for your server to run. You need to have all of this, and you might not have the resources to do that. So there are companies called hosting companies, like Namecheap is one of them, that give this server services for individuals who want to build websites or who want to own on digital estates. Alright, so you click on shared hosting, and you see there are various hosting plans. Okay, now the least hosting plan here is the $9 per year plan, with a renewal fee for the second year at $38.88. Now you can go with this plan. This is an average good plan that anybody can go with, or I usually go with this because I usually host many sites. I go with this. I have this and this too. So you just add hosting to cart and add it to cart, and it goes into your cart, and it asks you which domain do you want to use. So you say you want to use domain in your cart. So now what you're doing is you're synchronizing your domain name with your hosting plan. Basically that's it. So, and it gives you a total. So you select, it will be that name, supremes.com, which you have added to cart initially. Once you do that, then you click on continue. Alright, then once you click on continue, you'll be prompted to pay. Alright, so you will now have to pay about $20 for your hosting and your domain. Are you following? Now that is how to get hosting and domain. Now if you're in Nigeria and you want to get hosting and domain, and you don't have a dollar card, or you don't have a dollar card, you can go to googlehost.com. I also use googlehost.com, and googlehost.com is pretty much amazing. Please, if you just join us, kindly leave a comment, tell us a brief about yourself, and just say hello basically. So if you're in Nigeria, as I was saying, to get hosting and domain, you can go to Google Host. Okay, googlehost.com. I also use googlehost.com, and they are also good. Alright, they have their downsides, but I'm not going to go into the differences between a Nigerian host and a foreign host, but I prefer the foreign host. I prefer Namecheap. Those guys are so amazing with their support, honestly. So, but if you're in Nigeria and you don't have naira to pay, you don't have dollar to pay for Namecheap, because Namecheap, you have to pay in dollars, and our Nigeria banks have issues with us paying in dollars, so they restrict it. So, but you can also go to Google Host and pay for their dollar. Theirs is listed in naira, so you can also go to Google Host and secure a domain. Alright, so it is almost similar with what we've done with Namecheap. You just the same thing. You sign up, you go for domain search, alright, and you run. Let's say, oh, Ikena, welcome, good to have you. Alright, you go for domain search and you run it for the you try to get if the name is available for you to purchase, and when you run it, if it's available, it tells you it's available, then you are now prompted to pay. Okay, so that is how you get your domain and your hosting account. Now I've already gotten domain and hosting for the website I want to build. It is called propertyexpress.news. Okay, so we'll just use that as we go ahead. So if you want to get hosting and domain, alright, you can do that with these steps that I've told you. Are you following? Alright, so that is that with hosting and domain. So we're going to move to the next thing. Now you need to, first of all, okay, after you've secured hosting and domain, you would then need to install WordPress. I showed with us earlier why we need to install WordPress. Okay, and it is because that WordPress gives us the easiest way for us to build our website. Okay, WordPress gives us one of the easiest and fastest way for us to build our website. So it's a content management system. So once we've installed it, all we need to do is to know how to just configure a theme and a demo and add our own content, and we'll have a premium, good looking website. Okay, so now how do we get to install WordPress? Initially, let's assume you've gotten your hosting and domain. Once you've secured hosting and domain, you will be sent a mail that would have your cPanel login details. cPanel login details, control panel login details. Now in that control panel login details, you will see your domain name. There is going to be a link, your domain name /cPanel. Alright, that is going to make you access your cPanel, your control panel for your host that has that domain name. That is what I just clicked now, as you saw. And okay, no, I have to take it back to my browser, sorry. Okay, so let me go over it again now. Okay, so as I was saying, once you've signed up for your domain, you will get what we call a mail from your hosting company, Namecheap or Google Host, whichever one you did, you got the hosting with, and that will have your login to your cPanel, the login to your cPanel, the details to the login to your cPanel. Alright, now in this case, we'll be looking at www.propertyexpress.com, the news rather. Alright, so we'll be going to the cPanel of this particular site. Okay, www.propertyexpress.news/cPanel. Now the cPanel is where you have all of the information about your host in. So I'm going into my cPanel now, and you should see it up shortly. Okay, so this is my cPanel. Are you following now? This is my cPanel for this particular website, that is propertyexpress.news. Now this website is basically more like a blog, with the idea I'm having. It's a blog that would talk about properties that are in Africa, Nigeria to be precise, and the various issues surrounding properties, just general information about properties basically. So now what I want to do next is to install WordPress on this site. Now let me go to the site itself so you can see www.property, the main site. Now that's the domain, that's propertyexpress.news, is showing nothing. Okay, there is nothing showing on the domain for now. So I want to install WordPress on this domain. Now follow very closely. To install WordPress, when you get to your cPanel, you scroll down to the bottom area of your cPanel. You'll see an app installer there called Softakodos, and under it you'll see a set of scripts, and among the set of scripts you'll see WordPress. There is Joomla, there's Abante, there's PrestaShop, there's a lot of scripts, but what we are interested in is WordPress. So we'll click on WordPress. Now we want to install WordPress. So once we click on WordPress, it takes us to the WordPress page where it tells us that we can install WordPress. So I'll now look at the description of WordPress. It's a 4.73 version of WordPress. WordPress is a web software you can use to create a beautiful website or blog. We would like to say WordPress is both free and priceless at the same time. The core software is built on hundreds of community volunteers. So this is just basically information about WordPress. So the next thing you do is to click on install now. Are you following? Okay, you click on install now. Now in this place where you are to install WordPress, you will see choose protocol. It has to be HTTP. You see choose domain. Your domain is propertyexpress.news. Now in this case there are several domains hosted on this site, alright, but I want to install it on propertyexpress.news. Okay, then you scroll down a bit and you'll see what's the site name. I changed it to what? Property Express. Then you see what's the site description. My WordPress blog, no, it's a property site, so I say proper, accurate news and information about properties. Now you can change this later on if you change your mind with that description. Now you put your admin username and password. Okay, so I'm going to leave the admin as username, express, and the password is that. Okay, then the next thing I do after filling the form is to install now. So email I want the installation to go to. I want it to go to my private mail, my personal mail rather, iosn.gmail. Then once you've done all that, you click on install. Then you wait for some time for it to run the installation, and it shouldn't take much time. Alright, so it says here that WordPress has been successfully installed. Alright, HTTP propertyexpress.news has been successfully installed. WordPress has been installed in this domain. Do you follow? So since what if you check, now, how do you, if you check this domain now, you see that it is now having WordPress on it. Alright, see, Property Express, accurate news and information about WordPress. You see, building a website is so easy, right? It's so easy. Straight up, you've gotten your WordPress installed. Now, how do you now edit your WordPress? Okay, how do you get your theme? You have to do all that from what we call the back end of WordPress, or you could call it the admin area of WordPress. Okay, hope you're following. If you're following, I want you to tell me you're following. Give me, you know, like a hello or something. Alright, so after you've installed the WordPress, the next thing is how do you access the admin area. Your admin area is accessed using the same domain, propertyexpress.news/wp-admin. Okay, so I click on that and it will take me to my admin dashboard. Okay, are you following? Now this is my admin dashboard. This is where all of the editing to this side will be done. Alright, this is where all of the editing to this side will be done. Are you following closely? Alright, now with this skill alone, you can go on Fiverr and offer this skill and make good dollars. Now this is something I have done, I've experienced, and you know, I'm just showing you. It's so easy, provided you just have the knowledge about it and you know how to just walk through with this. Okay, so once you've done this, the next thing you need to do is to get your theme and your theme. Now getting a theme selection is very, very important. Okay, now what is a theme, by the way? What is a theme? A theme in WordPress is a software installed on WordPress that gives you the layout and the style of your website. Okay, it gives you the layout, it gives you the style, the look, how your website will look like. All right, all of this website you see. Now I've done a couple of websites. In fact, let me show you some of my works. I've done a wedding website, amike2017.com. This is one of them. I've done another one, octaku007.com. okay, this is one of them. Alright, so all of this website you see, they are done using WordPress. Alright, They're done using. Why are they not turning on? Okay, now this is one of them, and this is another one of them. I have several of them. Thefarmplace.com. Okay, this wasn't. So basically, you can build any type of website. All right. So yes, Mohammed, you're right. You could purchase, we could purchase WordPress. You could purchase, what's it called? You mean WordPress hosting. Now, the idea here is not to get into, is not to have a WordPress hosting. Those kind of websites, are not self-hosted, and you don't have full control over them. I do not usually advise people to go that route in building their website, okay? Because going that route will might not really work. The best thing is just get your hosting, invest money in your hosting, invest money in your domain, and you can begin to build your website slowly from there. So now we're talking about themes. Okay, so I searched online and I wanted us to, based on the type of website this example is, which is a blog, I decided that we're going to make use of a WordPress news magazine theme, and that would be in the place of News Online. News Online is about $49. Alright, so, and I like the look of it, and I like the fact that it has demo. It has an amazing demo. So all you just do with this is, once you get the website, once you get News Online as a theme installed on your WordPress, you edit it and you just change the information and you have your website. So we're going to, how you get a theme, you go to, there are two ways to get themes. You go to Forest or you go to My Theme Shop. Okay, now this is My Theme Shop, and you click on Get It Now and you'll see how much the theme goes for. But not to worry, I have all these themes, premium themes, that I'm going to be giving out after the end of this lesson. I have the premium themes close to about a worth of about $1,000 worth of theme. Any theme you desire, because I've been building website for a long time, I have them for you. All right, so you register and you pay. I think it's about $59. I got this theme in 2015, towards the end of 2015 or early last year. I remember early 2016. I got it for about I think about $59 at that time. So I'm going to be using this theme called News Online. Now this is how the theme looks like. Okay, you edit the theme and you have website. Now the purpose of the choice of this theme is because of the type of website. Now everything, as long as it's WordPress, they all follow the same strategy in editing them. All right, so there's no, what if I'm using another theme? It's the same way. I will show you how to install this, like you install every WordPress theme, and it's the same way that you edit any WordPress theme. Okay, all right, so let's install a theme. This is the dashboard. So how do you install your theme? First of all, I'm going to show you the theme has been bought already and is installed on my desktop computer, my desktop. So to install your theme, the first thing you do, you go to Appearance on the dashboard, right? You go to Appearance, you click on Themes, and in Themes and Appearance, you click on Add New. Now there are things too if you want to use free things, but I don't always recommend free things because they don't usually have support, and if you run into errors with your theme, sometimes you need support. Secondly, with free theme, they have limited features. Okay, most times free themes have limited features, but if you use paid themes, you have all the full features of that particular theme. Alright, so how do you go about it? So I upload my theme. I've already gotten the theme, it's in my system, so I click on choose the file. I click on it, and this is the folder where I have my theme stored, all the files as regards this project stored. Then I click on themes. This is News Online, my theme shop, installable themes. So I'm looking for the zip folder of that particular theme, which is this, under installable. So once you purchase your theme, I'll be giving out free themes at the end of this session. Once you've purchased your theme, you will have all of these files. You download it to your laptop, put it in your folder where you created for that project, okay? And at the time of installing the theme, you go through appearance, click on themes, choose upload theme. Then you get to this point. The installable folder is the theme, so you click on that and it comes up here. Then you click on install now. As you can see, the theme is installing really fast. Look at it here. In fact, it's 62%. It's installing so fast, and it is running really fast. So when it gets to 100, the theme must have installed. Now, after installing your theme, and one of the reasons why I chose this theme again was because it had a very good demo. Alright, one of the things that you should know when you are getting your theme is, does it have a good demo? Now the goal is for you to be quick in your building your site. You don't want to spend too much time. Alright, now the theme is installed. Alright, now I'm going to activate it. Now before I activate it, I want us to go back to see how this site looks like before the theme. Let's go back again. Property.x.news. Look at how it looks like. It's an empty. This is the default WordPress 2017 theme. Alright, so there's nothing on it. This is all that we have. Okay, if you scroll, you see full blog posts with no content. So now something's going to change as soon as I activate this theme. Now let's go back to activate. So the moment I click on activate, alright, the theme has been activated, and it says here recommended plugins and all that. So I'm not going to be looking into all that. Then once I click on propertyexpress.news, look at what we have here. It has changed totally. Now this is beautiful, but it's not looking like this yet. Okay, we're going to get to that in a bit, but it is giving us a sign of progress. Alright, so now how do we get it to look like the demo that we want to achieve? The next thing we do is to install the demo. How do you install demo? Now this is rich. Just follow through. You go to tools and you click on import. Every good thing will come with their demo. Alright, alright, so what's the next thing we do? When we click on import, we now scroll down a bit to install. We'll go to, there are several things we could import into this our WordPress site. You can install Blogger, Blogroll, and all this, but what we are looking for is to install WordPress. So we click on this WordPress importer. Once we've installed it, we now run the importer. Alright, so now we've clicked on the WordPress importer. Now the next thing is to choose our file. So how do we choose our file? Now we are choosing our demo file. Now our demo file is usually sent with the theme. Okay, so now we've choose. What we'll do is we want to now install the demo file. Okay, it's usually an XML file. So this is our folder where we have our themes. So look at here, we have news online dummy data. Alright, we click on that and we click on this particular one, dummy data XML. So once we click on that, we are now installing the demo. So once you've selected dummy._data.xml, you upload and import the file. Alright, so it will take some seconds to install. When it's done, you simply assign post to an existing user. You select admin, then you click on download and import file attachments. Okay, and after you've done that, you submit. Now this is the standard way of importing your demos into your WordPress site. Okay, the demo is from the theme. So once you import the demo from the theme, this is the process. There are several themes that don't go through this route, but if you look through the documentation of the theme, like every theme has a documentation, and it's very important that you read through the documentation for you to understand fully how it works, how that thing works. Okay, it will show you exactly how you can install the demo and every other thing that is pertaining to that particular thing. Alright, so we've installed the import. Okay, showing failed to import black. Okay, there's some certain things it's not importing yet. Those ones will go and import them in our theme properties, in our theme options. Okay, so after importing the demo, the next thing that is very important for us to import is what the theme properties, the theme option rather. So once we click on appearance, we'll see theme options here. Then we click down on import and export, and we'll see the property here we are to import. So we are importing this particular theme property. So that's the default. There are several of them. There's this, we have this, but I want us to go with the default. So once we click on import, that's this import options. This is options for the theme options. Now for the look, the design, how it looks like. This is the demo for it. So we click OK. And alright, so if we go back to check our site, we will have the excellent. Alright, now it is like, different from what we had before. Are we following? Alright, so now we're going to quickly configure this theme so that it will look more like a website. Now this is how it looks like now. So what we need to change is the logo, put our menu, and change the. Now in configuring a website, there are two things you should know. First thing is, first of all, you need to change your logo to your brand. Second thing is your content. You need to lay out, you need to have a sketch of your content. You need to know, okay, you're going to have about us, you're going to have various categories for your content. You're going to have contact us. You're going to so once you have laid out all of these things on Sketch, all right, either you draw it on Sketch or put it in your head, you can now begin to one after the other effect these changes. So I'm going to be helping you and showing you quickly how you can effect some of those changes. Now the first change we're making is on the logo. So we'll quickly go to the styling option. Now this under appearance theme options is where you can do all of these changes. Alright, so this is where we are in the general settings under theme options, and we're going to be changing the logo, right? So you click on logo image, you click on select file. I already have the logo design. This is my logo. This is the medium logo. Alright, this is my logo. So I click on this. Then in this case, I have to add a file URL. Afterwards, I would insert it to post. Alright, so afterwards I click on save changes. Now by so doing, I have designed my logo. I've added my logo. So once I refresh to show me, so I move this logo. I have a bigger one that I want to use. Select files. This bigger one is the one I choose. Now you crunch it, then of course you don't forget file URL, insert to post. Alright, so you save your changes and you to this property is looking cool. Alright, now you have your main thing that the demo, the main demo from the thing where you bought the thing from, so you can always look and compare if your site is looking like the main one. This is the goal. You come back here, this is what you have now. Now the next thing I always advise developers to do is sort out their menu. Okay, sort out your menu. Now menu is something that will guide you in your development. So how do you sort out your menu? You go to appearance, menus. Now as you see what I'm doing, you are having, you know exactly how it's done, right? You just follow through, alright, and you'll be able to do it yourself. Now this menu was presently, there are some funny menus here that we don't really know where they came from. So the thing menu bar has their own menu. Now menu has different settings. There is a primary menu, secondary menu, footer menu, copyright menu. Now this is our primary menu, right? This also all categories are primary menu. Then these are secondary menu, the top menu. Alright, then this is our footer menu also, and then copyright menu. This copyright menu, this footer menu. So we want to change all of this to menu. So this is home. We're leaving home. Okay, the rest we're going to be cleaning them off. We'll remove. Don't worry, just follow through. This one goes away. This one. Now as you are watching me do it, please believe you, this is not difficult. You can do it yourself. The same procedure for everything. Delete this one, come here, delete this one. We have shop, we ain't selling anything. Delete this one. So you have just home. Now we want to create some more menus, alright? And those menus, we want them to be custom link menus, so they will just be placeholders. We can change them later. So custom links are, they are not menus that have pages already, but we just want to make them menus. Then later we can update the menus, we can update the links. A menu is simply what you click. All right, you click and it takes you to another page. The website without menu is not okay. You need to have inbound internal menus and also external menus. All right, so how do we add our custom menus? So we have about, or should I have pages instead of custom link? Okay, let's do custom link. So I have about us. I want there to be about us, so I'll put this here and add it to the menu. We have estate technology. This will be like a category for the blog. Technology about you know, since it's a property blog, we want to be able to have different informative content about this company. Then we want to have about the blog, rather about real estate. It's a real estate blog. We have properties for sale, another menu, so we'll put it there, properties for sale. Alright, we want to also advertise some properties with this blog. We'll add it to the, now this is menu. Alright, you're creating your menus. Please follow the sequence. I'm doing this intentionally so that you will know how you can quickly build your site. Then we have disclaimer. You need to protect yourself. It's a website that, you know, people might say, oh, you posted so and so, you are, you know, you are charged to court based on the information on your site. So you need to have something that protects you and makes people know that this is just purely informative. It shouldn't be taken to, you know, just put it there. People don't really read them, but it protects you. Alright, so you have your disclaimer, and the last menu for now is contact us. So I just selected some few information here. Alright, so now the hash you see me put in the URL are what they call anchor tags, as in they don't link to anywhere, they just don't put there for the purpose of holding that place. So once you've done that, I want this menu to be everywhere, like both the primary menu, I click on it, secondary menu, footer menu, and copyright menu. Alright, I want it to be this same menu across board. Okay, so once I'm done that, I click on save. Alright, once I clicked on save, I go back to my view, I check one, I see that I have amazing. Isn't that amazing? I have it all down here, I have it down here, and also down here. Now this is for the purpose of this webinar.